What instantly causes you to panic? When a weed touches my foot while swimming at the lake. I had something glide past my leg while swimming in a lake in NC. But I just thought it was my cousin's leg. Then realized everyone I was with was on the boat. So I swam as hard as possible to the boat and stayed there for the rest of the time. I saw what it was: white, slimy, long, which is why I thought it was a leg. But it definitely was not a fish, and so I freaked. Spoiler alert. It was a leg. Just didn't belong to anyone on the boat. Oh boy. Someone texting me, "Can we talk?" ? Makes me instantly think what I did in the past few days that might have prompted that message. I make a point not to text that to people when I really just need to talk to them. Like, "Hey, are you free to chat later?" It's about the sound a cat makes right before vomiting. In your bed. At 2 a.m. While you were sleeping soundly. Getting comfy in bed and suddenly remembering my exam tomorrow. I have never in my life experienced forgetting about an exam. I will worry and panic about the damn thing all day every day for the week leading up to it. Also, happy cake day. I like how it happened. It was a wild week of exams. Thank you. Waking up to the sun instead of my alarm on a weekday. Edit. Thanks for gold. Capital P. OMG. I definitely know that feeling. Although I have no windows in my room, in basement, so when I would wake up randomly I wouldn't know if it was morning or still night, so it was extra panicky for me. If you wake up to the sun in a room with no windows, I think there are more important things to worry about than work. Edit. I will now share my honest reaction to seeing this. Hey. What? That's not supposed to happen. But really. Thank you so much. Sending a screenshot to the person you screenshotted. Just say, "What did you mean when you said this?" Problem solved. Now talk about whatever you're screenshotting positively. Be like, "Yo, this guy is hilarious," or "What a guy." When a spider runs away and you can't find it. Oh no, oh, fuck that. I call spiders like the Cotton-Eye Joes. Because I have two questions about them. 1. Where did he come from? 2. Where did he go? 1. Hell. 2. You don't want to know. When the combat music starts but you don't know where the enemy is? Didn't System Shock do this on purpose? Just randomly switching between combat music and relaxing. The very first Alone in the Dark back in the 90s did this. Fuck, that game terrified me. Physical anxiety symptoms. I can handle anxiety up until the point that my symptoms express themselves physically. At which point I can no longer cope. Right? Because that's when other people will see. For me it's shaky hands. I can handle the nerves. The crazy heart rate. The sweating, but once it gets to shaking, it's game over for me. Being in an overcrowded area where personal space is non-existent. And you're just getting jostled and bumped constantly. Ooh, I already commented mine. But this is a good one. My anxiety cannot handle that. I still feel bad for keeping my brother, my dad, and I from skating because it was a teenager's birthday party at the rink. As an introvert. This. Not being able to breathe. This is the worst. My mom died from emphysema copped. Which means she basically suffocated it to death. Her lungs filled with fluid and only had 1/4 of one lung working towards the end, so every time I get a cold and cannot breathe out in my nose, I think of how bad she suffered for years compared to my couple days. Being able not to breathe from a cold is horrible, but knowing I could have the same fate as my mother because I smoke is terrifying. Trying to at least cut back on cigs now and hopefully will quit one day soon. Police lights or sirens. I'll just completely forget how to drive. This is kinda sad TBH. Lights in my rearview mirror that vaguely resemble police lights. When I can't get my seatbelt off after a roller coaster, LOL. When the roller coaster safety bar is loose, and no seatbelt. Because you're skinny and the person next to you isn't. The fear of slipping is real. Not knowing where my phone is? That stomach drop feeling. Look in your hand. When my keys aren't in the pocket, I usually put them in. I've locked myself out of my house office car so many times that blind panic sets in before my brain can suggest I try the other pocket. Try both pockets at the same time. A knock on my door. I'm more like, WTF, call first. Or only. When someone you are interested in texts first. Going into an environment where the focus will be on me. Seeing my work email populate with a bunch of unread emails as soon as I open my computer in the morning. A phone call past 2 a.m. I haven't received a good one yet. When you're driving on the highway in snowy conditions and you're trying to pass a semi but they're throwing up all the SHT onto your windshield, and if you start to lose control of your car you will slide right into them and you'll die by getting crushed underneath their cargo, and you'll probably kill others around you, or you'll veer off the road on the other side and end up stuck in a ditch or pile of snow for hours. NFCK snow, it's cold and it gets everywhere. My mother calling me by my full name. Thomas Frederick what the fuck Isa Parent Douglas Jr. When are you going to clean your room? Actually, someone calling me by my Reddit username would cause some serious panic. 2. Thinking I've upset someone. Someone close to you. It's the worst. I lose sleep. My partner unlocking the front door to coming home. Nothing about him but the condition formed from my mom coming home and me realizing I hadn't taken in the washing defrosted dinner etc like she asked. Disappointed mom is the worst.